Welcome to Marble Mind. Here, we forge an unshakable spirit in the fire of ancient wisdom. Most of you lose the war before it even begins. You wake up at the mercy of the sun, or worse, at the mercy of a digital scream from your phone. You drag your soul out of bed like a corpse and immediately surrender your attention to the noise of the world, to the emails, the news, the petty dramas of people you don't even like. By the time you drink your first cup of coffee, your mind is already scattered, your focus is broken, and you have become a reactive puppet of your environment. You are not living a day, you are merely surviving an assault. The Titans, the Emperors, the Stoic Masters, they knew a secret that the modern world has forgotten. The morning is not a time for getting ready. The morning is a strategic occupation. It is the hour when the mind is at its most raw and its most powerful. It is the time to build the walls of your inner citadel before the siege of the day begins. If you do not conquer your morning, the day will conquer you. It is that simple and that brutal. In this session, we are going to reconstruct the morning rituals of the ancient world. We will study the dawn meditations of Marcus Aurelius, the man who ruled the known world but struggled to leave his bed. We will examine the rigorous self-examination of Seneca and the harsh physical discipline that Epictetus used to remind himself of his freedom. We are not talking about morning routines. We are talking about the coronation of the self. Prepare to change the way you see the sunrise. Tonight, we will lay the blueprints for a morning that makes you invincible. We will learn how to weaponize silence, how to premeditate chaos, and how to move through the world with the weight of a stone pillar, while everyone else is being blown away like dust. The sun is rising, and the forge is waiting. Let us build the Titan. The first battle of the Titan happens under the covers. It is the most primal conflict you will ever face. The war between the animal that wants warmth and the emperor who demands duty. Marcus Aurelius, the master of Rome, wrote an entire entry in his journal about this specific struggle. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm?" Most men lose this battle every single day. They hit the snooze button, which is nothing more than a vote for cowardice. It is a declaration that the comfort of the moment is more important than the purpose of the life. But Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that even the birds, the ants, and the spiders are up and doing their work, fulfilling their role in the cosmos. Why should a man be the only creature that hides from his nature? To start your day like a Titan, you must eliminate the negotiation. The moment you open your eyes, the law is already written. There is no debate about the temperature of the room, no discussion about how much sleep you feel you had, no checking of the digital void. You move because it is your function. You move because the citadel requires its guard. Practice the immediate ascent. The second the alarm sounds or the light hits your eyes, your feet must touch the cold floor. This is a physical act of dominance over your biology. By refusing the 5 more minutes, you are telling your lizard brain that its desires are irrelevant. You are establishing the hierarchy of the soul. The reason is on the throne, and the body is the servant. If you cannot conquer a set of blankets, How do you expect to conquer a crisis? If you cannot lead your own limbs out of a bed, how do you expect to lead an empire or even a family? The morning of a Titan begins with a cold, silent, and absolute no to the comfort of the flesh. It is a small victory, but it is the foundation of every great conquest that follows. Marcus Aurelius didn't have a motivational speaker. He had his sense of duty. He looked at the sunrise and saw a command, not a suggestion. You must do the same. Strip away the softness, embrace the chill of the morning air, and realize that the emperor is awake, and the work of being a man has begun. Every second you linger in the warmth, you are leaking power. Stand up and claim your day. Once the body is upright, the Titan does not rush into the world. He sits in the silence of his inner citadel and performs a structural stress test of the coming day. This is what the Stoics called praemunitio, the fortifying of the mind. Most men start their day in a state of blind optimism, hoping that things will go well, that people will be kind, and that the path will be smooth. This optimism is a weakness. It makes you fragile. When the first complication arises, your peace of mind shatters like glass. Marcus Aurelius began his mornings by telling himself, "The people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." This was not pessimism. It was tactical intelligence. He was preparing his emotional immune system for the toxins of the day. By expecting the worst, he ensured that nothing could surprise him, and therefore, nothing could disturb him. To start your day like an emperor, you must map out the social minefields. Think of the person who will try to provoke you, the technology that will fail, the traffic that will delay you. Do not merely think about them. Visualize yourself responding with the cold, immovable stillness of a stone pillar. You are pre-solving your emotional reactions before the events even occur. Practice the morning script of virtue. Ask yourself, what virtue will I need today? Will I need the patience of a father, the courage of a soldier, the justice of a judge? Decide now, in the quiet, who you are going to be, so that when the noise of the world hits you, you don't have to think, you only have to execute. A Titan does not react to the day, he dictates it. While others are being swept away by the currents of circumstance, you are walking through the storm with a compass that never fails. Your morning audit is the shield you pick up before you step out of the door. Never leave your house unarmed. The mind cannot be strong if the body is pampered. After the mental audit, the Titan seeks a physical confrontation to remind the flesh who is in command. For the ancient Stoics and the warriors who followed their path, this often meant the ritual of cold. Seneca, despite his vast wealth, would often plunge into the cold waters of the Tiber River at the start of the year. He called himself a cold water enthusiast, but it wasn't for health. It was for sovereignty. The cold is the ultimate truth teller. It is a physical stressor that demands an immediate, visceral reaction. The animal brain wants to gasp, to shiver, to flee, but the Titan stands still. He breathes slowly, and he welcomes the sting. When you subject yourself to cold water in the morning, you are performing a manual reset of your courage. You are proving to your nervous system that discomfort is not the same as danger. You are training yourself to remain calm in the middle of a biological crisis. If you can maintain your composure while the water is freezing, you can maintain your composure when your boss is screaming or when your bank account is empty. Practice the stone face immersion. Do not make it a drama. Do not grunt or complain. Step into the cold as if it were a warm bath, with total indifference. This is the ascesis of the flesh. It burns away the softness of the sleep. It sharpens the focus like a whetstone, and it leaves you with a quiet power that lasts all day. Most people spend their lives seeking comfort, and they become brittle because of it. They are like hothouse flowers that wilt at the first breeze. You are building yourself to be a lichen on a rock, surviving and thriving where others perish. The cold morning is your forge, and the water is the hammer that turns your iron into steel. If this path resonates in your heart, become a part of our brotherhood. Subscribe to Marble Mind. In the first hours of the day, the most dangerous weapon in the world is not a sword. It is the distraction. Most men are social and digital scavengers. The moment they wake, they open their gates to the entire world. They check their messages. They look at the opinions of strangers. They let the chaos of the global village flood their pristine morning mind. This is a catastrophic failure of leadership. You have allowed 1,000 voices to speak before you have heard your own. A titan understands that attention is his most sacred currency. To start your day like a god, you must establish a zone of total exclusion. For the first 2 hours, the world does not exist. There are no notifications, no news, no voices from the screen. This is the fortress of silence. It is in this void that the soul expands. It is here that the deeper patterns of the universe become visible. Marcus Aurelius lived in a palace teeming with spies, courtiers, and petitioners. Yet he found the mountain peak within himself. He knew that retreat is not about going to the desert. It is about closing the eyes and ears to the trivial. If you cannot sit in a room for 30 minutes with nothing but your own thoughts, you are not a free man. You are a prisoner of the noise. Practice the digital fast of the dawn. Keep your phone in another room, or better yet, keep it dead. Treat the first hour of your day as a religious silence. Protect it like a Vestal Virgin protecting the sacred fire. In this silence, you are not thinking about your problems. You are observing the architecture of your life. You are letting the mud settle so the water becomes clear. When you step out of the silence, you do so with a density of spirit. While others are frantic and scattered, jumping at every ping and buzz, you move with the weight of an anchor. You have guarded the gate, and therefore, you own the day. The Titan does not just think. He architects. This is the ritual of the journal, but not the journal of a sensitive poet. This is the logbook of a general. The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius were never meant to be a book for the public. They were a daily, brutal, and honest conversation with himself. He was writing to himself to remind his soul of the truth when the world was telling him lies. To start your day like a Stoic master, You must engage in the morning dialogue. Take a pen and face the blank page. This is your mirror, but a mirror that reflects your character, not your face. Do not write about your feelings or your to-do list. Write about your principles. Remind yourself of the transience of life, the nature of duty, and the futility of fame. Epictetus taught that we should have our handy axioms always ready. Writing them down in the morning is like sharpening your blade. You are carving the laws of the marble mind into your subconscious. You might write, "Today, I will be a stone against which the waves of anger break in vain." Or, "I will focus only on what is in my control and let go of the rest." Practical advice. Use the 3-column audit. In the first column, write the challenge you fear today. In the second, write the virtue required to meet it. In the third, write the worst-case scenario and how your reason will survive it. By the time you close your book, you have already lived the day and conquered it. There is nothing left for the world to surprise you with. The journal is the forge where the raw emotions of the night are hammered into the cold logic of the day. It is the process of taking the animal and forcing it to submit to the law. If you do not write your own story in the morning, the world will write it for you, and you will not like the ending. Before the Titan steps into the streets, he must first step into the stars. This is the practice of the view from above, a mental exercise used by the Stoics to shrink their problems to their true size. Most men wake up and feel that their life is the center of the universe. Their bills, their arguments, their fears. They look like mountains that block the sun. This is an optical illusion of the ego. Marcus Aurelius would mentally rise above his palace, above Rome, above the earth, until he saw the entire world as a tiny, glowing speck in the infinite dark. He reminded himself that empires rise and fall in the blink of a cosmic eye, that the great men of history are now just names in a book or dust in the wind. To start your day like a titan, you must depersonalize the day. Look at your challenges from the perspective of the centuries. Will this problem matter in 10 years? In 100? In 1,000? The answer is almost always no. By shrinking your problems, you expand your spirit. You realize that the storm you are facing is just a tiny ripple in a vast ocean of time. Practice the scale meditation. Every morning, look at the sky and remember that you are a brief flash of consciousness in an eternal cycle. This does not make you insignificant. It makes you fearless. If everything is transient, then nothing is worth losing your peace of mind over. You gain a God's eye view of your own life. You move with the calm of a man who has already seen the end of the movie. When you walk into your office or your workshop, you are no longer a frantic human being struggling for survival. You are a fragment of the universal reason, performing your duty with a cold, celestial detachment. The Titan does not eat for pleasure or comfort in the morning. He eats for function. The modern world has turned breakfast into a festival of sugar and gluttony, a dopamine spike that leaves you crashed and sluggish by noon. This is the food of a slave, meant to keep the cattle docile and dull-witted. Musonius Rufus, the teacher of Epictetus, believed that discipline in food was the foundation of all virtue. He taught that a man should choose food that is easy to prepare, simple, and nourishing. The morning meal of the Stoic was often nothing more than a piece of hard bread, a few olives, or water. It was a reminder that the body is a servant and it does not need a feast to do its work. To start your day like an emperor, you must declare independence from hunger. If you are the kind of person who gets angry because your breakfast isn't perfect or because your coffee is cold, you are a hostage to your stomach. You have no power. True sovereignty is being able to work with a full belly or an empty one with the same level of focus. Practice nutritional minimalism. Strip away the luxury. Remove the artificial sweetness. Eat with the intention of a soldier preparing for a march. Use your meal as a ritual of self-control. Eat slowly. Eat mindfully. And stop before you are full. By controlling your first intake, you are signaling to your willpower that you are in command. You are not a dog waiting for a treat. You are a ruler who chooses his fuel. When you conquer your appetite in the morning, you have already won a major victory over the animal within. You step into the day with a light body and a heavy spirit. The world is a machine of trivialities. It wants to drown you in urgent tasks that mean nothing. In the morning, when your focus is at its peak, most men squander it on shallow work. They answer minor emails. They organize their desks. They shuffle papers like ghosts. They are afraid to face the primary task, the one thing that actually moves the needle of their destiny, because the primary task requires the one thing they lack: sustained intensity. A Titan identifies his vanguard mission before he leaves the house. Marcus Aurelius didn't spend his mornings in idle chatter. He went straight to the heavy lifting of the empire, dealing with the plague, the wars on the border, the corruption in the Senate. He taught that we should do everything as if it were the last thing we were doing in our lives, with a focused, serious, and loving mind. To start your day like a master, you must apply the rule of the first strike. Do not check your notifications until your most difficult, most important task of the day is either finished or fundamentally advanced. You must enter a state of hyper-focus, where the rest of the world ceases to exist. This is your deep work, your Muramorni Razum in action. Practical advice. Set a timer for 90 minutes of uninterrupted, silent, brutal work. No music, no phone, no talking. Just you and the stone. If you win this 90-minute war, the rest of your day is a victory lap. If you lose it, you will be playing catch-up with your own soul until the sun goes down. Your thought is important. Leave a short but meaningful comment under this video. Let it be your seal on today's lesson. The ritual of the morning does not end at the door of your house. It continues as you move into the world. Most men move through the streets in a state of agitation. They are in a hurry. They are frustrated by the crowd. They are mentally already at their destination. They are not present. They are just a blur of anxiety moving through space. The Titan practices the peripatetic stillness. He walks as if he is a moving mountain. He is aware of his breath, the feeling of the ground under his feet, and the rhythm of his own heartbeat. He does not plug his ears with the noise of the masses. He does not hide behind a screen while he walks. He observes the world with a cold, objective eye, seeing the passions of others as a storm that cannot touch him. Think of the Stoic concept of eupatheia, the good feelings that come from a mind in harmony with nature. When you walk to your work or travel through the city, do not be a victim of the environment. Do not let the rudeness of a stranger or the delay of a train disturb your internal temple. Remind yourself, this is outside my control, and therefore it is nothing to me. Practice peripheral awareness. See everything, but react to nothing. Maintain your morning density. While everyone around you is being tugged by their desires and fears like puppets on strings, you move with a deliberate, sovereign grace. You are the only one in the street who is actually awake. By the time you reach your destination, you have not lost your morning power. You have solidified it. You are not arriving at work. You are bringing the empire with you. The morning is not a performance. It is not a hack you try for a week to see if your life improves. It is a liturgy of the will. Most men are masters of the new start. They have the burst of fire on Monday, but by Wednesday, they are back in the mud of their old habits. They are like statues made of salt. The moment the first rain of difficulty falls, they dissolve. A Titan knows that greatness is the accumulation of the mundane. It is the boring, repetitive, and relentless commitment to the ritual, whether you feel like it or not, especially when you don't feel like it. Marcus Aurelius didn't have good days and bad days. He had days. He performed his morning duty in the heat of a Roman summer and in the freezing mud of the Danubian frontier. He didn't wait for inspiration. He provided it to himself. If you miss one morning, you have not just lost an hour. You have signaled to your soul that your law is negotiable. You have introduced a crack in the marble. To be a master of yourself, you must be predictable to your own reason. Your morning should be as certain as the rising of the sun. It is the only thing in this chaotic universe that you truly own. Do not seek variety, seek depth. Go deeper into the silence, deeper into the cold, deeper into the self-examination. The more you repeat the ritual, the more it ceases to be something you do and starts to be something you are. You are forging a character that is immune to the moods of the flesh. You are becoming a Titan, one sunrise at a time. The sun has risen, and the world is calling for your blood. We have built the blueprint of a morning that the world cannot break. We have conquered the sheets. We have audited the battlefield. We have tempered the body in the cold, and we have sharpened the mind in the silence. You are no longer the man who woke up an hour ago. You have been crowned by your own discipline. Go out into the world today and watch the people who are just now waking up. See their frantic eyes, their hunched shoulders, their addiction to the noise. Do not judge them, but do not join them. You are a different species now. You carry the stillness of the marble mind within you. You are the anchor in their storm, the stone in their flood. Remember, the day is nothing more than a series of tests designed to see if you will surrender the power you gained this morning. Do not give it up for a petty insult. Do not give it up for a minor setback. Do not give it up for a fleeting pleasure. You are a titan, and titans do not trade their souls for crumbs. Live this day as if it were your only day, with the dignity of an emperor and the focus of a warrior. The night will come, and we will account for our actions. But for now, the light is yours. Claim your throne, stay cold, and dominate. This is Marble Mind.